The unique thing about music is that it's a transcending element. It transcends the emotional realm to the scholastic realm to the physical realm. I mean, it is in every aspect of life.
Music is the glue that holds everything together because it incorporates history and math and science, and it's all in one encompassed subject.
Other than food and water and shelter and other biological needs, it's one of the most sought after and desired human needs and human wants.
It can help to build memories, it creates memories, and it brings back memories to you, whether you realize it or not.
It really does provide just an outlet for folks to relax, to go have fun, to not have to worry about things for a couple of minutes, a couple of hours.
I view music as a universal language. I think it can speak to anyone, regardless if you speak English, Spanish, German. Everyone knows what music is when they hear it, and they know what good music is when they hear it.
Music encompasses every emotion, every feeling, everything that you could possibly do, all in itself. Music is life.
I never played jazz before. My high school didn't have a jazz band, and I never really had an outlet for it. So any knowledge of jazz that I had was very superficial and not very deep until I joined the jazz band here at Elon. And I remember how excited I was to finally get to play this kind of music that I'd always thought I kind of knew, but had no idea that my world was just opened by my involvement in the jazz ensemble, and grew only from that point in time. And that first concert, I was scared out of my wits, but more excited for something than I think I'd ever been before.
Playing in ensembles and singing in ensembles was really special to me because being a pianist, you spend a lot of time in the practice room by yourself, and it was just so nice to have that social connection and just in general interactions with others, doing something that we all love. We still talk today, and we keep up with each other's families, and folks are getting married and everything else, and so it really is a lifelong connection to be able to make music with others.
Having that sense of awareness and community there, you knowing how someone else is going to react because you've performed with them many, many times before, and them also knowing how you're going to react and act during different parts of a piece can be very important. And as you get to know people and become more comfortable with them, that sense of community, it really is kind of a joy and a pleasure to be a part of that sense.
I wasn't a music major at Elon, and I never felt that was an issue. I never felt like it was a pressure to be anything different. I thought I was accepted. And I think, regardless if you're being professionally trained or not, you share the love of music like everyone else does. So there's no degree of love for music. I think either you love it or you don't. And everyone in that building loved music, and that's why I was there.
One of the incredible things about Elon is that they're so welcoming and they're so heartwarming, and it's just an environment full of respect. It's the experiential learning that you can get so involved with the faculty, with the staff. They really just bring you in. They make you one of their own, and you become part of the club, if you can say it. And you get so many hands-on experiences. You get so many real-world experiences, things that you just couldn't get elsewhere.
I appreciate the fact that Elon gave us freedom to kind of customize our own degree and find our own little a niche within our chosen degree. We all didn't have to kind of go the same path, and I definitely didn't, and I'm still really grateful that I was able to step outside of the textbooks and the classrooms and learn hands-on, and that was the most important thing.
I was able to really own my craft by coming away with the nuts and bolts of recording and taking that to a much higher level of practice.
I'll always be learning, and I'll always be growing as a professional and as a person, but I got a really good head start here, and that's something that I wouldn't have gotten anywhere else.
And forte. The coolest part about teaching, especially when you're teaching music to students, is to see their growth as not only a musician, but also as a person and an individual. The most important lessons I learned from Elon is to always expect the best. And that is certainly something that I use in my own teaching.
Bottom of 7, bass. That's E.
Being in a rigorous program where you are expected to perform at the highest level all the time teaches you the importance of always being on top of things and always striving to be the best that you possibly can.
Probably one of the biggest skills that I got from being at Elon for undergrad and being a double major was probably time management. Coordinating rehearsals with lab time, with studying for tests, with preparing for performances, recitals, that kind of thing. So it really was finding time and using time very wisely. A lot of the skills that you learned playing in groups, playing in the orchestra, working together as a team, communicating not with our voices or with words, but with sound, with gestures. The same thing I think holds true in medicine. We're communicating using our words, but you have to be able to communicate your point of view, what you're feeling, what you're noticing, and being able to relay that to other people.
To be the drum major at Elon, to me, means that I am the first to show up and the last to leave. If you are auditioning for this position, it means that you already know there's something inside of you that wants to be a leader and wants to put yourself in a position that is a benefit for the entire band, not for yourself.
It's been 7 years since I left Elon, and I am now an attorney in Washington, D.C. My junior year, I had the privilege to serve as the drum major of the marching band at Elon, the Fire of the Carolinas. And that experience taught me a lot about leadership. I had to, one, interact with many different people, but also had to, set goals. That concept of setting goals and setting benchmarks, I continue to use today. I sit on the national board for the Young Lawyers Division of the National Bar Association, where I meet and have conference calls with young attorneys nationwide. And so we have to set goals and set benchmarks, similar to what I did when I was drum major.
Being drum major really boosted my confidence and has by far been the biggest learning experience in terms of leadership that I've had at Elon, and I don't think I could ever repay that other than continuing to work hard.
The impression it had on me, I don't know if I could actually describe it in words, and I can't think of a better experience to have than being part of the Elon music department.
I'm really thankful that Elon has shaped me into the person and the professional that I've become, and I really am proud to say that I come from Elon.
In my time at Elon, I learned discipline. Without discipline, I wouldn't be the musician that I am, and I'm just going to keep working at it until I get as good as I possibly can be.
Think of it as 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 being a student at Elon has really rounded out my life. I think at a campus of this size where you know most of the people in your class, it's a really nice thing to have, that you're able to just, make those connections on so many different levels.
Everything I have right now is because of my Elon experience. The job even I have right now is because of other experiences that led to this job that were the byproduct of an Elon connection, professor, teacher, mentor, friend, someone through Elon.
I'm fairly positive that as graduation looms and as graduation leaves, that I will feel like I have belonged somewhere and that I have found at least the right path to continue on because of Elon.
I gained so much from being at Elon. It really was a close-knit family being there, both on the science, on the biology side of things, and in the music side. So it was nice to have two big families that really cared about me a lot, and I could not imagine going anywhere else.
Whenever a student of mine asks, what college do you recommend? I always say Elon, because the professors, they really want to be there. And that, I think, that says something. They want to be there, they enjoy teaching there, and it's a very special place.